Okie dokie, y'all. First of all, I realized that I had the camera turned wrong, so now it's right. But no yelling, no screaming, nothing, just real talk, real fathers, real men. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad within it. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It's like the oil anointment upon the head that ran down the beard, even Aaron's beard. I'm kind of, as y'all can see, I'm kind of sober. I'm somber today. So let's just take like 10 seconds and just remember the people that lost their lives this week. Okay. Amen. You know, it started off this week where 2 young black men lost their lives because of 1% of somebody that was sent to protect us decided to act in a childish way. I don't know the specifics, so I can't really talk about it. But then that led to another joker that's decided that he was going to take the lives of people that were sent here to protect us. You know, it's kind of oxymoron that he picked the city of Dallas. Spent a lot of time in Texas over the last 2 years being a truck driver, especially the Dallas area. Dallas is one city. If my parents wasn't living in North Carolina, Dallas would probably be one of the cities I moved to. One thing about Dallas is that this idiot, and I'm gonna call him an idiot. One thing about Dallas that he didn't recognize, if you want to make a statement about a city with corrupt cops and racist police officers, why would you pick Dallas? Dallas is the most diverse police department, one of the most diverse police departments in the United States. It is the most diverse police department in the South. Come on, soldier. Why ain't he gonna call you a soldier? You're not even qualified to be called a soldier. So that's not an action a soldier will do. You want to hold up your fist for soul power? And then I look on Facebook today and people saying, oh yeah, that was a black thing. No, it wasn't no black thing. Do you know what brothers who held up they fist for soul power was about? They was about getting sprayed down with water hose. They was about being attacked with dogs. They was about being beat for no reason at all, dude. Yeah, it was some brothers out there who lost their lives, but you know, marching in peace and harmony was a good protest. It was showing that you was bigger than your enemy. And then you dummy, you did it at a rally that was majority black people. Hey dummy, do you realize that you could have hit an innocent child? A lady was on TV said she had her kids out there. And you say you targeting white people? Hey, you know they had a Klan rally a couple of weeks ago. If you really want to make a point, that would have been the point. I'm not condoning what you did, you know, but what I'm saying, you holding up your fist and then you got other idiots following you. You got other idiots following you. That's hate. That's hate. That's what Big Easy going against, baby. That's why the Lord put in my spirit to put this here. Because if I can stop one person for hating, One person. If I can just get one person to spread the love. Stevie Wonder has a beautiful song. And then Blackstreet remade it. Please go out today, download that song on iTunes or Google Play or somewhere. Let them get credit for it again. Radio stations, please put it in your rotation again. It said Love's in Need, baby. Love's in Need. You know, this joker living, I mean, he was so far removed from what I seen. He was so far removed from these people who was affected by these killings. First of all, it didn't happen in Dallas. Second of all, you living with your mama in a nice neighborhood, nice home. You know, you ain't one of these brothers that was raised up in the projects, that had a rough way. You ain't one of he probably never had a confrontation with the police. He ain't one of these brothers that's out here on his way to school and trying to do the right thing, and one of these corrupt cops then stopped and harassed him. Come on, bruh. And you know, he's dead and gone now. So this is going out for these people that's saying, you know, oh, that's, you know, it's a black and white thing. No, it's not a black and white thing. When somebody put people's lives in danger, that's a coward thing. When jokers go out here gang banging and trying to fight over something that they don't own, fighting over, shooting people over drug deals. Yeah, I lost a cousin. And if you don't know, I'm not even ashamed to say it. I have a son that's in jail right now that was brought up the right way. But he decided when he became a man, hey, these strict guidelines that my dad put down for me, I want to see what the world offers. But he wasn't ready for it, kid. He wasn't ready for it. See, because me, you know, until I was 13 years old, I was raised in the projects. And then after the age of 13, could you imagine coming out of the projects, going into a regular neighborhood? So then going into a regular neighborhood, I'd rather been in the projects. It was in the back of my mind, but in the front of my mind, I said, I don't ever want to go back. Because in the back of my mind, I was like, man, you know, I'm out here, these people got this, they got that, they got all these material things. But we had love. Let's talk about Black Lives Matter. I'm not gonna go against that because you know what? You people out here doing something. They're making people aware of what's going on. And what I'm telling y'all, you better get your mind right. You better look at not only CNN and MSNBC, you better look at Fox. Because see, on Fox News, and yeah, I'm going to talk about them, because on Fox News don't even realize that they breeding hate. On Fox News, they sitting up there saying that, oh, well, you know, when they came on TV, they was saying how they joined in the death of these police officers with the death of those people. Hey, dummy, you got a college degree. This $1 billion TV station. Say something is right. They are connected. Somehow or another, we got to decide, like, okay, this country is divided. And I'm gonna tell you something. Anybody that know me know that I am. When I was the first son, I said I only see green. As a civilian, I still only see green. But what makes me mad is I have friends that come up to me and can honestly say, without any doubt in their mind, that this country is worse off now than it was 8 years ago. I'm not coming down on President Bush because he was my commander-in-chief and I was in the Army. But he made some mistakes. President Obama, yeah, he made some mistakes. But I'm out here. I see the United States. I travel around. 8 years ago, when I first came out here driving trucks, it wasn't any jobs out there. Wasn't any jobs out there. If this economy, if the United States is so bad, just try this one day. If you can go, I don't care where you're at. If you live in the middle of Kansas, if you can go one day without seeing 5 help wanted signs, then you say Obama done bad. And it's not a political show. It's just bottom line up front. It's about making money. It's about having jobs. It's jobs out there. Like I said the other day, I was in Russellville, Alabama. If you really need a job that bad, that joker told me, he said, man, if you know anybody need a job, you know, they can find a place out here to stay for $300 a month. Yeah, we in the middle of nowhere. But he said, man, I'm short 400 people. I said, well, how much you pay, man? He said, we start people off at $14, $15 an hour. And I said, man, people crying, I want to make $14, $15 an hour working at McDonald's. But it's jobs out there. It's jobs out there. And so, yeah, maybe you got to move to the middle of Alabama to get this job. Maybe you need a chance to move anyhow. Maybe you need to get away from what you was around anyhow. So when I look at Black Lives Matter, switching back, you know, I get on tantrums, man, especially when I'm pissed off. But going back to Black Lives That Matter, I used to listen to them. I was like, man, these jokers, they fighting for 1% of our black population. And my argument was, what about all these black folks that's dying? What about all these black folks that's getting killed by black folks? And I still have a problem with that. Because when a black man is killed by a cop, we march. When a black child is killed by a black man, we shut up. When people on the radio making millions and billions of dollars talking about my AK and shooting up this place and shooting up that place and selling drugs in the black community, where we at then? Why we don't march then? But Black Lives Matter. Bottom line up front, every life matter. Come on, y'all. We 40 years, 50 years past Martin Luther King marching. We 50 years past the dream. Think about it. From the time slavery ended until the time Martin Luther King marched and marched for our civil rights, and everybody else during that time that marched for our civil rights, you're only talking about 60 plus years. And you look at the changes that came from those 60 years, in those 60 years, the different changes that was been made. Now, you look at from, I'm 50 years old, you look from 1965 to now, and you look at the changes. None, dude. They're going in reverse. Something I put out on Facebook probably 5 or 6 years ago, I said, the ships are coming back. Some people got to say, oh, well, you say that. Nah, for real. The ships are coming back because we're so divided and we're going in such a reverse order that we're concentrating on things that don't even matter. Right now, we're Americans, dude. And y'all keep fighting against each other. Let me tell you something. It's some jokers over there, North Korea, Russia. Them jokers ain't playing. ISIS, them jokers ain't playing. Them jokers just like sitting back there doing like this. Yes, sir. We got the blacks fighting against the whites. We got the whites fighting against the Hispanics. We got the Hispanics fighting against the blacks. Before long, they're going to be a country. They get putting up signs, we should secede. Okay, secede. Take America and cut it in thirds. Put all the blacks in one area, all the whites in another area, all the Hispanics in another area, and then people that, you know, Europeans and Asian, and you just sprinkle him amongst everybody else, and then watch how quickly the United States fall. But here's the sad thing about it. We slowly falling. We slowly falling. Guy said on Fox News today, and I agree with him. He said the problem is that police officers is going out here and not getting proper screening. When I came to Atlanta, I came here to be a martyr police. And so I went through the whole process, but it just wasn't in the cards. For some reason or another, I was qualified but not selected. Go figure. But I went through the whole process. And one part of it was a psychological exam. So everybody, in order to become a police officer, go through a psychological exam. But the exam, it takes 20 minutes. Really? Mine took 20 minutes. I stayed in there with the doctor. I was there for a total of an hour, and that was my psychological exam. Is that adequate? No. I told her what she wanted to hear. I knew going in there an idea of what she was asking. The guy told, what he said on Fox is for one family that their child was killed by a police officer, whether it's a 70-year-old man or a 15-year-old man, he still was somebody's child. The lawsuits started at $6 million. He said for $6 million, we could have put a program in place to make sure officers got proper training and proper screening. With $6 million would have been enough for a 20-year program. That's one person that died in the lawsuit that the city ended up paying. One person. And look over the last 4 or 5 years, lawsuits that's been filed for cops not acting properly. But here's the bad thing. It's less than 1%, y'all. It's less than 1%. For the most part, people who want to be police officers is not that joker that got beat up when he was in school. People that want to be police officers is not that joker that was a dweeb in school, who never was in the in crowd. Y'all say what you want to. That's not the person you want to be a police officer. Big Easy, I'm a cool dude. I get along with everybody. That's just my personality. If I was doing the screening process, the first thing I asked, the first question to be there, was you bullied in school? No. Okay. Was you the class clown in school? Yeah. You know what? Because if you're the class clown, you have the personality that you want to get along with others. You want others to be pleased by you, pleased by your action. So the last thing you want is a joker that was the bully in school. You don't want the bully, and you don't want that joker that been bullied. You want that joker that's right in between. But what ends up happening is, going back to TV again, the best police show on TV is Mike and Molly. And I'm going to tell you why. Mike and Molly shows what a real police officer goes through. Mike and Molly, they concentrate more on the personal life of a police officer and make them human than these shows where it's showing, one cop riding around in a bad sports car. LL, you still my boy. But anyhow, and one cop taking on 20 people, killing everybody. So naturally, in somebody's mindset, that's what they think a police officer is. So you got this joker that couldn't beat a fly. All of a sudden, now he want to be a police officer because he want to be like LL. Everybody can't be me, baby. Nah, I would say I was going to keep it serious, but everybody can't be LL. LL couldn't be LL on a real, if he's a real police officer. Miami Vice, nah. Oh, that's fake, y'all. That's TV. But people are seeing this and they feel like that's what every person that's a police officer have the ability to do. Look at a show like Mike and Molly, and that's what a real police officer go through. By the time they're on the force for 15, 20 years, they start having problems with their weight. They're having problems with their marriage. They go through divorces, just like us. They just like us. They human. But then you have less than 1% that they go to a situation, and let me tell you something. Let's talk about ownership. Let's talk about ownership. We have responsibility. We have to take responsibility also. Because there's some jokers out there. Let me tell you, I was going back again. I'm always be a first arm. And if I knew that, I wish I could put this video that I videotaped this soldier. Man, Sergeant Mack, Sergeant Crudup. This soldier was from Alabama, black soldier. And he just constantly caused trouble. And I told him, I said, look, man, I'm bending over backwards for you because I think you got potential. Hey, hold on. Yeah, but this brother, he was, no matter what we did, man, we said, we're going to do you old school. And crew, y'all remember this, man. We took that joke out there. We PT'd him to death. We put him on extra duty. We did everything we could because I really felt like his problem was his environment he was raised in. He was raised in this environment that the only thing to eat in life is bologna sandwich. And I wanted to show him, man, we got ham. And then when you get a little bit better, we got steak, huh? When you get a bit better, we got some lobster, Hey, and I was trying to show him this. And finally, I had to do something that I only done one time in my military career. I had to put a soldier in handcuffs. And when the MPs came and got him, he in the back car like, hey, I'm going to jail. And I'm sitting up here like, really? That's how you feel about it, Cousin Pete? That's how you feel about it? Like, this ain't no game, cuz. Because now, when you get out, you're getting out and you're gonna have a felony charge on you. Because you're going to a federal prison. That's what Leavenworth is. It's a federal prison. So we have responsibility. We have responsibility that we must teach our kids, especially our sons, because if we know that jokers going out there and they already having a mindset that they going into a war zone, we have to teach them that maybe you have to be submissive. And okay, get mad at me for saying that, but you ain't carrying a gun. I got a gun right here. I got a gun right here. I carried a gun for 26 years in the Army. Ask me how many times I had to lock and load it and pull it on somebody. Ask me how many times I had to lock and load my pistol I carry every day. It's a deterrent. It's a deterrent. And so by it being a deterrent, what we actually need, hold on. By it being a deterrent, I know I'm 6'2", 277 pounds. If a police officer come up to me, whether I'm on my bike, in my car, in my truck, or whatever, if a police officer come up to me, I know the average police officer, I can whip his behind. Bottom line up front, let's be real. Y'all know Big Easy in the old days, I fight at the drop of a dime. So I know the average police officer, I done been through combatants, everything. Big Easy can handle his own. But what good is me to show him that I can be him when he's in a position of authority? Whether he right, wrong, indifferent, it's a way that you can diffuse that situation. What I've been telling y'all, the best weapons you have is this right here. So all y'all people who saying like, hey, Big Easy, you wrong for teaching somebody to be submissive. When you got a gun and a badge, then you're in a position of authority. Teach your kids, teach your friends, teach young jokers around you. If a person in a position of authority, respect that. You ain't got to respect the person. Respect that. If a police officer come up to you, how you doing, sir? Let me give you an example. I'm a truck driver. I have a bachelor's degree. I've been a terminal manager. I served 26 years in the Army. Everywhere I go, when I go into these warehouses, you talking to people that probably been in a warehouse for 2 years. That's how they got to be a manager. I probably can do their job blindfolded, on sleeping pills. But I go in there, yes, sir. No, sir. I'm 50 years old. But I go in there because they in a position of authority. A position of authority is whether it's a police officer, whether you going to the hospital and you dealing with that receptionist when you first come in, whether you going to an office building, that person is in a position of authority of something you need. Let's teach that. Let's teach that, because let's teach that it's idiots out there that's looking for a fight. They looking for a fight. I was in a place the other day, and this guy, he just came in there. He was just going off on the waitress, and every time he'd say something out of way to the waitress, he'd look back at me like, I dare you to say something. And I just shook my head. Now, mind you, because we teach real men, baby. Now, mind you, if he had kept down that line where I felt like that young lady was getting offended, then Big Easy would have did what he had to do. But that's different. If you defending something, it's different than if you defended, he disrespected me. Dude, let me tell you something right now in these last 2.5 minutes. Come up here and spit in my face. Right now, I dare anybody to do it. I dare anybody to do it. Come spit in my face right now. You know what I'm going to do? Because you all right. You just spit in my face. Man, you told me to do it. I wanted to see what's up. There's nothing. But then you go and you I hate using that. You go up here and do something to offend my wife. You go up here to offend my mother, my sister-in-law, any woman, my daughters, any woman that's in my life, my fifth cousin, a woman in the streets, you in there and you getting disrespectful. Watch how Big Easy act. Because Big Easy a real man. That's what being a real man about. He ain't somebody disrespected you. Oh, he spit in my face. Okay, really? We here to defend, baby. So in my closing, hey, my hat's off to Black Lives Matter, baby. Anything I can do to help y'all, let me know. Don't think I'm trying to offend y'all. But, hey, y'all showing love, baby. I got to show love to y'all. Next thing, all my brothers out there, police officers, security guards, hey, y'all making life safe for me so I can sleep at night on this side of the water. I can't forget my soldiers and sailors and Marines. Hat goes off to y'all jokers. Y'all making us free. But hey, let's talk about love, baby. Love is what we need now. Let's start teaching respect authority. Respect authority. It diffuses the situation. To all the people who lost their lives this week, hey man, to their families, hey, Big Easy is genuinely hurt. Genuinely hurt, baby. Genuinely hurt. So, I just want to say, Lord, forgive that young brother, because he know not what he did. Forgive those police officers, because they know not what they did. This your boy Too Easy. Peace, love. Hey, we love America. And this what this means. Stay strong.